You come home after a long day, your favorite spot on the couch is calling your name, you sink into it, that soft cushion wrapping around you like a hug, and for a minute it feels wonderful. But then, 10 or 15 minutes later, something else shows up, a tingling, a dull ache that starts in your lower back and slowly creeps down through your hip, your thigh, sometimes all the way to your ankle. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know something right away. You are not imagining this, and you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to talk about something almost nobody connects to their sciatica pain, the very furniture they're sitting on every single day. Welcome back to Prime Health Lab, the place where we help you stay strong, stay mobile, and feel like yourself again naturally at any age. If this is your first time here, consider sticking around, because today's topic might be one of the simplest, most overlooked reasons your sciatica keeps flaring up no matter what else you try. Now, I'm not going to repeat the same explanation of sciatica you may have heard 100 times before. Instead, let's think of it a little differently. Picture the sciatic nerve as the longest highway in your entire body. It starts down in your lower back, runs through your hip, down the back of your thigh, and all the way to your foot. Like any highway, when there's a slowdown or a blockage in one spot, traffic backs up everywhere behind it. A little pressure low in your back can create pain symptoms far away, in your calf or even your toes. Keep that highway picture in your mind, because it's going to help everything else make sense today. So here's the real question. Why would something as harmless looking as a soft, cushy sofa cause that kind of traffic jam? Let's break this down using basic everyday logic, the same logic your body has been quietly following your entire life. When you sit on a firm surface, like a dining chair or a supportive office chair, your hips, your spine, and your pelvis stay roughly in their natural position. Your lower back keeps its natural curve, kind of like a gentle C shape. That curve isn't just for looks. It's actually how your spine is built to distribute weight evenly across your discs, the soft cushion-like pads between each bone in your spine. Now picture sitting on a soft sofa instead. The moment you sit down, your body weight pushes down into the cushion, and the cushion gives way underneath you. Your hips sink lower than your knees. Your lower back loses that natural curve and starts to flatten out, or even curve the opposite way. In simple terms, your pelvis tips backward, like a bowl tilting and spilling its support. When that happens, the front of your spinal discs get squeezed more than they should, and that pressure pushes backward, right toward the nerve roots that eventually form your sciatic nerve. Remember our highway? This is exactly like a truck parking sideways across two lanes. Traffic, in this case nerve signals, gets compressed and irritated right at the source. Here's something fascinating that researchers have measured for decades. Scientists studying spinal pressure found that the amount of stress on your lower back discs actually increases when you sit compared to when you stand. And it increases even more when you sit in a slouched, sunken position, exactly the kind of position a soft sofa practically forces you into. So this isn't just a feeling you have. There is real physical pressure happening inside your spine every time you settle into that deep, soft cushion. But there's a second part to this story, and it's just as important. Soft sofas don't just affect your spine. They affect your hip muscles too, especially a small but powerful muscle called the piriformis. This muscle sits deep in your buttock, and in many people, the sciatic nerve actually runs either underneath it or directly through it. When you sink into a soft seat, your hips often rotate slightly inward, and that piriformis muscle can tighten up to compensate, almost like it's trying to stabilize a foundation that's no longer steady. A tight piriformis can squeeze the sciatic nerve directly, creating that same burning or tingling sensation, completely separate from what's happening in your spine. So now you have two problems happening at the same time from one soft piece of furniture. Your spine is under more pressure, and your hip muscles are gripping tighter than they should. Together, that's often exactly the recipe for a sciatica flare-up that seems to come out of nowhere, but really isn't a mystery at all. There's actually a third piece to this puzzle, and it has to do with something simple: movement, or rather, the lack of it. Soft sofas are comfortable enough that we tend to stay in them far longer than we would on a firmer chair. And staying still in one position, especially a poor one, reduces healthy blood flow to the muscles and nerves in that area. Less blood flow means less oxygen and nutrients reaching the tissues around your sciatic nerve, and that can make an already irritated nerve even more sensitive. It's a little like leaving a kink in a garden hose for hours instead of minutes. The longer the kink stays, the more pressure builds up before the water, or in this case, the nerve signal can flow freely again. Now, I want to pause here and say something important. I'm not telling you to throw away your couch today. Your sofa isn't the enemy. The real issue is how your body is positioned while you're sitting on it, and for how long. The wonderful news is that this means the solution is completely within your control, starting today, without spending a single dollar if you don't want to. So let's get into the part you've been waiting for. 3 practical seating habits that can start easing pressure on that sciatic nerve almost immediately. The first habit is something I like to call building your own foundation. Since a soft sofa lets your hips sink too low, your job is to bring your hips back up to a healthier height. The simplest way to do this is by placing a firm cushion or even a folded blanket on the seat before you sit down. This raises your hips slightly and helps restore that natural curve in your lower back instead of letting it collapse. Think of it like placing a piece of plywood under a sagging mattress. You're not replacing the whole piece of furniture, you're simply giving your body the support structure it actually needs. Along with that, try placing a small cushion or a rolled-up towel right at the curve of your lower back, the same way a good office chair has built-in lumbar support. This little addition keeps your spine in its natural alignment, which takes pressure off the discs and, in turn, off the nerve roots that feed into your sciatic nerve. Many of our viewers tell us this one simple change, just adding proper support before they sit, made a noticeable difference within the very first week. The second habit is something almost everyone underestimates, and that's the power of changing position regularly. Remember what we talked about earlier, how staying still reduces blood flow and increases pressure over time? The fix here isn't complicated. It's simply about reminding yourself to shift your position every 20 to 30 minutes. You don't need to get up every single time, although standing up is wonderful when you can. Sometimes, simply shifting your weight from one hip to the other, uncrossing your legs, or leaning slightly forward and then back can be enough to relieve built-up pressure and bring fresh blood flow back to that area. One helpful trick is using a timer, even something as simple as your phone, set to remind you every half hour during long periods of sitting, like watching television or reading. When it goes off, stand up if you can, take 10 slow steps, gently stretch your arms overhead, and then sit back down with good posture. This single habit does 2 important things at once. It interrupts that prolonged pressure on your spine and hip muscles, and it gently keeps your circulation active, both of which directly support a healthier sciatic nerve. If standing isn't easy for you right now, even a small seated stretch helps. While sitting, gently bring one knee up toward your chest and hold it for about 15 to 20 seconds, then switch sides. This movement gently stretches the lower back and glute muscles, the same muscles that often tighten up around an irritated sciatic nerve, and it can be done without ever leaving your seat. The third habit is all about how you actually use your sofa, not just whether you sit on it. Instead of sinking deep into the middle of those soft cushions, try sitting closer to the front edge of the sofa, where the structure is naturally firmer and offers more support underneath you. From there, use the armrests to help guide your posture, keeping your back relatively upright, rather than letting your whole body curve backward into the cushions. If you do want to lean back and relax fully, which is completely natural and something we all deserve to enjoy. Try doing it in shorter stretches rather than for hours at a time. Enjoy 15 or 20 minutes of that deep, relaxed sink into the cushions, then shift forward, add your support cushion, or stand and stretch before settling back in again. This way, you're not avoiding comfort altogether. You're simply balancing comfort with the kind of support your spine and nerves actually need to stay calm and pain-free. And here's a small bonus tip that ties all three habits together beautifully. When you do get up from a soft sofa, take a moment to do it the right way. Instead of pulling yourself straight up using just your lower back, scoot forward to the edge of the seat first. Place both feet flat on the floor and use your legs to push yourself upright, letting your arms help if needed. This small adjustment takes unnecessary strain off your lower back during a movement most of us do without thinking, dozens of times a day. Now here's the part I really want you to remember. None of these three habits require special equipment, expensive furniture, or a complicated routine. They simply require a little awareness, the same kind of awareness we're building together in every video on this channel. Your body has an incredible ability to heal and adjust when you give it the right conditions, and something as small as where you place a cushion or how often you shift your weight can genuinely influence how that sciatic highway flows day after day. I also want to take a moment to remind you why this matters so much, beyond just comfort. When sciatica pain flares up, it doesn't just affect your back or your leg. It affects your sleep, your mood, your energy for the people and activities you love, even your confidence in your own body. That's exactly why we focus so much on practical, natural solutions here at Prime Health Lab, because we believe feeling strong and capable in your body is something every single one of you deserves, no matter your age and no matter how long you've been dealing with this kind of pain. So here's what I'd love for you to do this week. Choose just one of these three habits. Maybe adding that lumbar support cushion, maybe setting a reminder to shift position, or maybe simply sitting closer to the front edge of your sofa and try it consistently for the next 7 days. Small, steady changes like these are exactly how lasting relief is built, one comfortable, supported set at a time. If this video helped you see your own living room in a completely new light, do me a favor and give it a thumbs up. It genuinely helps more seniors dealing with sciatica find this information when they need it most. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Prime Health Lab and turn on notifications, because we're going to keep bringing you simple, science-backed ways to ease pain and feel stronger, naturally, every single week. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me, did you notice your sciatica feeling worse after sitting on a particular chair or sofa at home? Sharing your experience might just help someone else watching realize they're not alone either. Take care of that body of yours. It's carried you through so much already, and it deserves a little extra support, starting with where you sit every single day. I'll see you in the next video.
Prime Health Lab is dedicated to men's internal health. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.